Fujifilm's next compact mirrorless camera might already be closer than you think. After months of silence, the X-T300 seems ready to make a comeback. And according to a few industry insiders we've been in touch with, the wait might finally be over. Welcome back to Alt Buzz, where we dig deeper into the stories shaping photography's future. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button now, because what we're about to share could change how you think about Fujifilm's next move. The X-T100 opened the door for creators. The X-T200 refined it, then nothing, for 3 years. But history shows that every quiet phase at Fujifilm ends with a surprise. The X106 proved that. The GF-X100 proved that. Silence at Fujifilm doesn't mean inactivity, it means preparation. And when our sources mention internal testing for an entry-level X-series body, the timing feels too perfect to ignore. This isn't just wishful thinking from the community. This is pattern recognition meeting inside information. Fujifilm has always moved in cycles. They refresh, they wait, they strike. And right now, all signs point to the X-T300 being that next strike. The X-T line was never meant to compete with the flagship X-T5. It was built for a different purpose entirely. Accessible, creative, approachable. A camera that could introduce someone to Fujifilm's color science without demanding professional-level investment. That's what made the X-T200 special, and that's exactly what the market is missing right now. Retailers clearing out X-T200 stock. Firmware files referencing X Processor 5 support. Insiders familiar with Fujifilm's upcoming lineup told Alt Buzz that a compact creator-friendly model is already undergoing pre-production testing. These aren't coincidences. These are breadcrumbs, and they all lead to the same conclusion. One contact who works closely with Fujifilm's testing division mentioned that engineering samples have been circulating since late last year. Another source, someone tied to supply chain logistics, confirmed that component orders matching the profile of a compact X-series body started ramping up in early 2025. When you connect those dots, the picture becomes clear. There's also the matter of registration codes. While nothing has surfaced publicly yet, industry watchers have noticed unusual activity in certification databases, the kind that typically precedes a product launch by 3 to 6 months. Fujifilm knows how to keep secrets, but they can't hide everything. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, make sure to subscribe to Alt Buzz and check out our Buy Me a Coffee link in the description to support independent reviews. From what we've gathered through supply chain contacts and early testing feedback, here's what the X-T300 could bring to the table. Start with the sensor. The X-T200 used a 24-megapixel APS-C sensor, solid for its time, but limited by 2020 standards. Our sources suggest the X-T300 will move to a 26-megapixel backside illuminated CMOS sensor, likely the same architecture found in the XS20. That means better low-light performance, cleaner high ISO output, and faster readout speeds, all critical for video-first creators. Then there's the processor. The X Processor 5 changes everything. It powers the XH2, it powers the X-T5. And according to one insider we spoke with, it's already been integrated into X-T300 prototypes. That processor unlocks computational power the X-T200 never had. Faster autofocus, better subject detection, improved film simulation rendering, and more efficient battery management. It's the brain that turns potential into performance. Autofocus has always been the weak point of Fujifilm's entry-level bodies. The X-T200 struggled in low light. It hunted in video mode. It frustrated users who wanted reliability without compromise. But the X-T300, if our information holds, will debut phase detection autofocus with AI-driven subject recognition. Faces, eyes, animals, vehicles. The same intelligence that made the XS20 a hybrid powerhouse could finally trickle down to the entry tier. One tester described it as shockingly responsive for a body at this price point. That's high praise coming from someone who's used every X-series camera Fujifilm has made. Video performance is where things get interesting. The X-T200 maxed out at 4K at 30 frames per second with severe cropping. That's not competitive anymore. Not when rivals are offering 10-bit color, higher frame rates, and log profiles at similar price points. Our sources tell us the X-T300 will shoot 4K at 60 frames per second with minimal crop, possibly even full sensor width in certain modes. 10-bit 4.2 to output through HDMI, F-Log support baked in, no overheating issues, no crippling firmware limitations, just clean, usable footage that respects the creator's workflow. Stabilization remains a question mark. The X-T200 didn't have in-body image stabilization, relying instead on lens-based stabilization. Will the X-T300 include IBIS? Our contacts are split. One claims it's been tested, but may not make the final cut due to cost constraints. Another insists it's already locked in, offering up to 5 stops of compensation. Until Fujifilm makes an official announcement, this remains speculation, but informed speculation. By the way, our AltBuzz website is live, with exclusive behind-the-scenes articles and comparison breakdowns you won't find anywhere else. Links in the description. Our contact mentioned that Fujifilm wants a bridge between the XS20 and the XA series. Something affordable, yet serious. The X-T300 fits that description exactly. It fills a gap that's been widening for 3 years. Competitors like Sony and Canon have dominated the entry-level hybrid space with cameras that deliver pro-level features at consumer prices. Fujifilm needs an answer. And according to multiple sources, the X-T300 is that answer. Business logic supports this too. Fujifilm has been expanding its X-series lineup aggressively. The X-T50 for enthusiasts, the XH2 for professionals, the XS20 for hybrids. But there's nothing new for beginners, nothing to capture the TikTok generation, the YouTube vloggers, the Instagram creators who want cinematic color without a steep learning curve. The X-T300 targets that demographic directly. It's strategic, it's necessary, and it's overdue. Another factor, lens compatibility. Fujifilm's X-mount lens lineup has grown significantly since the X-T200 launched. Affordable primes like the XF23mm f2, video-friendly zooms like the XF18 to 120mm, third-party options from Sigma and Viltrox, a new body at the entry level makes all of those lenses more accessible to a broader audience. It strengthens the ecosystem. It builds loyalty. It keeps users inside the Fujifilm family as they grow. This could be Fujifilm's revival of creativity, a camera designed for newcomers who crave the color science and film simulations that make Fuji special. The X-T200 introduced thousands of people to Velvia, to classic chrome, to the joy of shooting with intention rather than automation. The X-T300 has the chance to do that again, but this time with modern performance backing it up. There's something deeply emotional about Fujifilm's approach to photography. It's not just about specs. It's about how the image feels, how the camera responds in your hands, how the colors remind you of film you shot as a teenager. The X-T300, if our sources are right, will carry that soul forward into a new generation. It won't try to be the fastest or the sharpest or the most feature-packed. It will try to be the most inspiring. And for many creators, that's worth more than megapixels. Imagine a college student picking up their first serious camera. Imagine a parent documenting their child's first steps. Imagine a traveler capturing golden hour in a foreign city. The X-T300 is built for those moments. Not for spec sheets, but for stories. That's what makes this rumor exciting. It's not just about a product launch. It's about possibility. We've shared what our insiders are whispering, but now it's your turn. If the X-T300 launches this year, would you upgrade or wait for Fujifilm's next big surprise? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what features matter most to you. What would make you choose Fujifilm over Sony, over Canon, over any other brand? We're building a community here at AltBuzz, and your voice matters. Some of you have already reached out with your own theories. Some think Fujifilm will price it aggressively to compete with Sony's ZV-E10. Others believe it'll slot just under the XS20, creating a tiered entry system. A few optimists hope for a surprise feature. Maybe a flip-out screen redesign, maybe improved weather sealing, maybe even better battery life. All of these are possible, and all of them depend on how bold Fujifilm decides to be. One thing our insiders keep emphasizing, this camera is meant to convert. Not just convert existing Fuji users into upgraders, but convert people from other systems entirely. Fujifilm knows they can't compete on autofocus speed alone. They can't beat Sony's eye tracking or Canon's dual-pixel precision. But they can win on experience, on color, on the intangible magic that makes someone fall in love with photography all over again. If you'd like to support our channel's growth, hit subscribe and consider supporting us through Buy Me a Coffee. It helps us stay unbiased and bring you deeper stories like this. Whether it drops next month or later this year, one thing's clear: the silence won't last. We'll keep talking to our insiders and bring you updates the moment something solid surfaces. Fujifilm doesn't announce products early. They don't tease. They don't hype. They launch when they're ready. But that doesn't mean we can't piece together what's coming. That's what Alt Buzz is here for. To read between the lines, to connect with sources, to give you the context others won't. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the X-T300 rumor. If this story resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. A huge shout out to our channel core and elite members for supporting us. Your contributions make content like this possible. If you'd like to join that community, check out the membership options below and explore the Hype feature, where you get early access to behind-the-scenes research and exclusive breakdowns. We've also tagged Fujifilm-related accessories under this video: straps, batteries, memory cards, lens filters, gear that pairs perfectly with whatever Fuji body you're shooting. If there's something specific you'd like us to tag or review in future videos, drop a suggestion in the comments. We listen, we adapt, we grow with you.